So we're at 2200 North Central. That's a violation of the First Amendment.
I'm just trying to get
He is a ground type.
I was almost killed by this psychopath over nothing. Over nothing. Kate Gallego knows all
More
about
than
it.
welcome to stand on Central and hold the sign and talk to people all you want. But like I said, this is a closed street.
Quit violating people's rights.
But a number of your people actually, not your people, but a number
Hey, what's up? We're at 2200 North Central. They're currently violating Marty Winkler's rights. They're trying to tell her that she can't attend this public event. She can't hold her sign of them violating her.
in the news just the other day.
That she can't be on a public sidewalk. We're on a public sidewalk, people. And they're trying to trespass her right now.
What is the name? Let me finish the question first.
I'll let you go.
Oh, Riley National
So we're
Friendly.
going to
Riley.
Okay.
You have a good day.
You too.
Bing bong. Correct.
What's your name and badge numbers?
Leuschner 5351.
Keith Leshner with PPO.
And-
Ella R13.
Okay, thank you. Public's going to be speaking to you, so
Thank you.
you might not have your job soon. Violating people's rights. Quit violating people's rights, please.
Okay, where's Phil?
I walk down that way. I'll
This
stay
is
with you.
ridiculous. They can close off. They can say this is all part. This is just like what happened at Wesley Bowden Plaza with.
Well,
Lex Clark.
I've had to deal with it in Tempe where they cordoned off the whole
Yeah.
downtown
So
Tempe.
I was standing over there on the other side. Then I thought, oh, I'll just come over here to this side. Yeah. Yeah. So I was almost killed by one of the psychopaths, Jason Gillespie. He almost killed me with his bare hands over calling the police for help. They're pushing us out. We're not allowed to even be on the sidewalk. Yeah, look, they ought to be arrested. They're blocking public sidewalk. But this is a public event, yeah. So or a private event, yeah. So okay, well I got to get up here because I don't want to be arrested for bullshit trespassing.
Yeah, I get that. They want you in the system.
I get up like 3 times a night.
Excuse me. So they can't trespass you from this
Yeah.
because it's not blocked
Exactly.
blocked off.
Exactly. Yeah.
Not saying that they won't tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah. This is exactly what happened to Len Clark. You know the story about Len Clark. He went down to record the inauguration,
Yeah.
and he was behind the double cyclone fence, and they said he was trespassing because all of Wesley Bowden Plaza, even though there were many, many people there, that they didn't bother anybody else. Nobody else. Yeah.
They get a lot of First Amendment auditors and cop watchers for the same thing.
Yeah.
So if any other victims want to come down here with signs or to let them know what's going on, if we get enough people here, we can probably stand on this public sidewalk over here. So
We need to do this every year.
yeah,
We need to do this every year.
okay. Yeah, so they were plain and simple violating your First Amendment right.
Yeah. Well, he's saying that this is all private. This is all private event because they got a permit for it.
Well, this is a public street. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
Exactly. And before I even came down here, I even told him, and they actually were being very decent to me.
Yeah.
But I even asked, I said, can I walk down here? And they said yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find Phil, but stay here and then I'll be back.
Are you going back down?
Yeah. They didn't trespass me.
Oh, okay.
They just, well, technically they can't trespass you, but it's your choice. It's like us cop watchers, when they tell us that, it's our choice whether or not we want to continue. Because obviously they want you in the system. They want to get a charge on you. They want to make you look
Exactly.
like a loony.
Exactly.
So,
and that's why when I
yep.
went down to the protest and they started pepper balling people and so
Yep.
forth and arresting people. I got the F out of there.
That's up to you.
I'm not
So,
being, you know. Yeah.
True. So yeah, they never trespassed us. So. Hey, what's up? I went live during that stupid stuff. Yeah, it sucks because like not everyone is okay with being thrown in jail, you know. That's where the First Amendment has taken people. Yes, that's an old one. Wonder if a cop or the city of Phoenix owns that one. Yeah, so wonder if this is a sergeant.
All right, so let's check our survey. It looks like Emmanuel is our winner of this round. Let's give a lovely hand here. And let's give a hand to all of our contestants. Right where you are. All right, so come back
Yeah, they're
to our
talking
second
about her right
round
now.
at 3:15.
I'm just staying on the public sidewalk. They can't trespass me, so. After you get off the sidewalk, it's private property. Yeah, what's up? How's it going, Liberty Shriek? Miss you, Southern California. They just trespassed Marty Winkler for holding her sign, and I guess a bunch of pro-cop people were harassing her, like coming up to her, and basically they had a problem with her being here because she wasn't fitting the reason for this gathering here. So they were trying to get her to leave, and the people coming up to her were the ones being aggressors. But obviously we know once you protect the blue, you'll get protected by them. But they'll watch us people that question them die in the streets. So I forgot my headset, so I'm just gonna be in the public area so they can't threaten to arrest a journalist. So it looks like there's people that don't mind me being here, but they don't know why I'm actually here. So this is an event. It's called Superhero Saturday, and it's supposed to be an indoctrination event to get children to potentially be cops because they're having such a hard time getting police officers right now. No one wants to be a cop anymore because we see them committing crimes and violating people's rights on a daily basis. So, sorry. Yeah. Well, I told her it's her choice. She can either take the cuffs or just stand on the street corner. So, yeah, I know it is a freak show. I'm not really surprised. The police went with the world as far as that goes, so. Exactly, Mikey. Like they're trying to promote people, like they're trying to make it look all flashy so the kids that aren't taught by their parents what really happens will join their police force. Grooming is what it's called. And that's a word that pedophiles use, is grooming.
Hello. All right.
So they're grooming people to become cops and violate other people.
Auction item. We have some recent additions, and I
don't know why, but it looks like my camera is a little bit.
So he's been a police officer for how many decades? 40 years.
So try to get a new SIM card, but I'm pretty sure they're scrambling my feed. So there's a reason why they don't teach kids their rights in school. It's so that they can go and violate them later on. So here they are right here. Talking about how they violated someone's rights over there. They violated someone's First Amendment rights over there. Phoenix PD is known for that, violating people's rights.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing a live auction right now to be close. Right, so let me give you a preview of the things that
There's a bunch of bootlickers here too, so.
that will be auctioning, because really, we're gonna get a smoking deal here, smoking deal. So we're starting off with a dinner for 8 by Chef Prepared at the Phoenix Convention Center.
I gotta ignore these bootlickers because we know whose side that they're on. Yeah, they are some cool cars. Don't get me wrong. So I'm out here with Phil Martinez. I think we might head and do some cop watching. But we wanted to check in on Marty because of what she said was going on. I'm trying to avoid people because most of these people don't really understand. So and they have like the SWAT team out here. Should put that away, man. Once you take off the uniform, then it's legal. He just laughed at me. Watch the muzzle, dude. Don't they train you guys? I don't think they're actually. Are you guys SWAT?
No, we're Umbrella.
What is it?
We're the Umbrella Corporation from Resident Evil.
Oh, cool.
We're not police. We're one of the cosplayers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were SWAT, and I'm all like, do they train people? So you guys with guns is fine, but them with guns is not good. So.
I don't have an opinion.
Well, they shoot and murder plenty of people, so. You guys have a good day.
I recorded everything you said.
So, it's not SWAT, it's Umbrella.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I'm gonna head. You want to stay here and watch Marty? Make sure everything's cool. Make sure she knows it.
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna head across.
Okay.
Big, huge love to you guys. Seriously, huge love.
Yeah, love you
Huge
too.
love.
Yeah, so anything you want to tell the people about what happened?
Yeah.
Because you weren't the only one here. There were other people here that
Yeah.
got asked to
Yes.
leave
I came
illegally.
down here with 2 other people, and we just walked around quietly. My friend even bought some things, but then when I started pulling out my signs, and Kate Gallego was up on stage, she wouldn't even look at me.
Okay.
Mayor Gallego, who she's actually tried everything to silence me. And last year, she actually refused to call my name during a city council meeting.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she's done everything to cover this up. But anyway, so only until I pulled out my signs, then did they come over and tell us that we had to leave. Yeah.
So it's just your sign, and you weren't being verbal or
No.
talking
No.
to anyone.
And then when I was walking down
Yep.
on here, they said I was disturbing people.
Well, we saw people coming up to you, and obviously
Yes.
people here are very pro-police,
Yeah.
so it
There
offended
were
them.
many of them that said, I
Yes.
know, I agree with you, honey. Yes, there were many of them that
Yeah.
did.
There
Yes.
there are some that realize there's a problem, but there's also some that get kind of hostile towards
Exactly.
anyone.
Different ones
that
said, hey,
says,
my
yep.
son is a police officer, get out of my face. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like I didn't, from the time of being here, I didn't think you were being hostile, and
No.
if you wanted to take the cuffs, which I explained to you, it's up to you.
No, of course not. I don't
yeah.
want to get arrested.
No one wants to go there. But if it's sad because like that's the only way to
No,
really
I'm involved in a
fight.
federal civil rights lawsuit for 8.5
Yep.
years. Yeah. I don't want him to get arrested. Of course
Yes,
not.
it makes you
I'm
look
very
look
compliant.
bad in the
Exactly.
court.
In fact, when this happened, I was extremely compliant.
Mhm.
It all happened in a minute and a half. A
Yeah.
minute and a half. Gillespie came up to me, talked to me for 4 seconds, said, barked at me. His eyes were on fire. Said, what do you want? You called 5 times since I've been on my way, and I saw the top of the head was about his head was about to blow off, and I said, we need a supervisor.
Yeah.
That's all I said.
Yeah.
He turned and went into the store, put a coat in a squawk box that I was mentally ill
Well,
because I
I-
politely asked for a supervisor, and he thought I called the police too many times.
From my own experience, when you ask for the supervisor, they're thinking, "Oh crap, I'm in trouble."
Exactly.
And so they should be trained not to think
Exactly.
that way, right?
And that he thought I was trying to usurp his power.
Yep.
Yeah. This other man that had an extreme police incident with him, once again, the man called up over a neighbor dispute. He called the police for help.
Mhm.
Gillespie showed up and then accused the man that called the police for help of assaulting the other man. Yeah. He filed a PSB report on it, and they
Yeah.
took Gillespie's name out of the report and said there was no wrongdoing. And the man told me they're corrupt. This is a man that is a high-level CPA and lives in a multi-million-dollar house on the edge of North Scottsdale.
Yep.
He
I
said they're
believe it.
corrupt and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing I can do to prove it.
It's sad that that's how
Yeah.
it's gone in America. So
And then this other man, 7 months later after me, in February, about 7 months later after me, another white man, that he was on private property. The people wanted him to leave, and he was drunk. Jason Gillespie and another cop showed up, and they kept demanding him for his ID. He went to get it. He went to get it out of his car, and they grabbed him. They grabbed him and slammed him to the back of the bumper, split the entire top of his head open. Split the entire top of his head open. They charged him with multiple crimes, and he almost became homeless over it. Yeah, they covered it all
yep.
up, and he could never find an attorney. And it was all covered up in the blue wall of silence, conspiracy, corruption, and collusion.
And if anyone wanted to look it up, where could they find information on that?
Go to
case?
my Facebook page, Justice for Marty with an I, Winkler, and look for the old-fashioned 50s lady. And she has her hand up and she says, "Oh, the police investigated themselves and found no wrongdoing."
Yeah.
That's my group. About
Okay,
130 people. My case is
Awesome.
going to retrial federal district court in about a year. I won an appeal to the Ninth Circuit last year with one of the best appeal attorneys in the country. Gibson Dunn, appointed to me pro bono by the Ninth Circuit. What they said, quote unquote, in the interest of justice. Because I survive on meager disability under what's called pro forma pauperis.
Yes.
Almost never does a civil rights case get a pro bono attorney, especially this high level. He fought relentlessly for me for a whole year, filing 60-page motions. He said with $1,000 an hour attorneys helping out on my case, on my appeal.
And then you've had to go and do your own research and spend a lot of time on your own case, right?
But this has ruined my life and destroyed my life, and only by literally just sheer luck in God's hand was I
grace.
able to find a much more competent attorney this time. I'm going to say his name, Scott Halverson. He's an excellent attorney. If anybody needs an excellent civil rights attorney, but he's very busy. He has a lot of cases.
Yeah, as many of them do who fight for us.
He told me he's handling about 1,000 cases.
Wow.
Yeah. Scott Halverson in Tempe.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
The DOJ is currently investigating the Phoenix PD. Do you think anything is going to come out of that?
I doubt there's going to be much other than oversight for a number of years. In fact, they told me directly. I talked to the one man that was the head of it. I forget what his name is, but he told me these are not individual investigations. They're not.
Okay.
He said, if you need to do that, file that through the DOJ website, but most of them, they never investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, at least they're exposed.
Yeah, true.
But this is a systemic across the country. It's not just Phoenix. It's not just Baltimore. It's not just St. Louis. It's not just LA. It's systemic in most big cities.
Yes, it is. Obviously, we got a new police chief, and he's from Baltimore, and they've had corruption problems for decades.
Yeah. He ran from me. I went to another event, and I just wanted to talk to him. I was once again carrying my sign. An innocent grandmother.
Yeah.
I'm 65 years old now.
Yeah.
I'm an innocent grandmother calling the police for help. They've fought the case of an innocent grandmother for 8.5 years. So I went to this public event at a public park, and chiefs, they saw me with my sign, and they grabbed him and they got him in his SUV and they took off.
Oh, wow.
I kept saying, Michael Sullivan, I'd like to talk to you.
Yeah.
Michael Sullivan, look what Jason Gillespie did to me. Yeah.
At least it wasn't the police chief for Loveland where they beat that elderly woman. But still,
my story should be a national story.
Mm-hmm.
My story should be a national story. An innocent woman. Yeah.
So.
Are you done there?
No, I'm live streaming. So.
An innocent woman goes to the store to buy lottery tickets, and is almost killed. A friend of mine today was just telling me that her father fell and had traumatic brain injury, and the doctor told him that if he wouldn't have got to the hospital right away, he probably would have died.
Wow.
If I would have been taken to jail, I probably would have I absolutely would have died in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Gillespie said for 11 months, I fell and I cut my head and I lost my balance. Only until 11 months later, he finally admitted that he threw me head first to the concrete in a straight arm bar throw takedown. It's called a straight arm bar throw takedown. To my head, to the concrete. And then there was no body cam, but the Circle K video didn't show this because it was down on the ground and it was dark. And between two cars.
It was before they were required to have body cams.
Yeah, Phoenix Police has only had body cam for 3.5 years after the Black family incident. The Black family Bell at the dollar store incident.
And then from my experience, half the time they don't even turn their cameras on. They're supposed to come on automatically, but they actually set it to on officer discretion.
Exactly. Those should be automatic on.
Mm-hmm.
It should be automatic on. There should be technology for that. It's automatic on.
Well, and there shouldn't be any sound delay. That's always been a problem too, where there's a 15-second sound delay between the video. We're down here at 2200 North Central, and this is it's an annual event, right?
It is. And superheroes, Phoenix Police superheroes.
And so
it's a public relation event for Phoenix Police.
Yeah.
They present themselves as superheroes. Where was the superhero for me? All of them colluded in the corruption for 8.5 years. All of them, clear up to Jerry Williams and Michael Sullivan.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to learn more about her, or maybe if they're able to help her cause, you can go to the Facebook group and join, or is there any other way of getting a hold of you?
Justice for Marty Winkler, Marty with an I, and look for the group for about 130 people. We also have another group. It's called Phoenix Police Violence Victims on Facebook.
Okay.
Phoenix Police Violence Victims, where we share all these continual police violence and corruption stories, mostly local, but some national. We posted all about George Floyd and different national ones that make big news. But unfortunately, most of these never even make the news. Only about 10% of police victims are able to find an attorney. Only about 10%.
Wow.
Yeah, because there's such a dearth of plaintiff civil rights attorneys. Yeah,
Yeah, I believe it.
and
then
they only take the ones they think are bankable, that they
Yep.
can possibly win. Yeah,
it's about damages.
exactly.
I know that from personal experience,
Yes.
being falsely
Yes.
arrested. They look for how much damage.
Exactly.
And most of them will not take a case unless if you've reached a certain amount of damages.
Exactly.
Mostly bodily
Yeah.
harm, but sometimes property
Yes,
damage.
I've heard of other people that have had situations, and the attorneys have told them, dust yourself and go on with your life. That this is too hard to prove, especially back before there was body camera. Back before there was body camera, just dust yourself off and go on with your life. Count yourself lucky. Count yourself lucky. Yeah. They've been getting
Yes,
away for
it's
this
crazy.
since organized police at the turn of the 1900s, when organized police became organized across the country. Millions of victims across the country have never been got any justice or exposed because there was no way to prove it. Yeah. And what people don't talk about is the people that are hospitalized, injured and hospitalized, and not shot or killed. No, but there's very little publicity about that. I found articles that 55 to 75,000 people are hospitalized at the hands of police every year. Every year. And of course there's untold thousands that are never taken to the hospital. Never taken to the hospital. Yeah, I posted an article on Phoenix police violence victims just recently that about 5,000 people die in jails and prisons in this country since, I think it was 2000. 5,000 people have died in the jails. Probably something like that. They were injured and then they didn't get any medical care and they died in jail.
Well, you know,
after being beaten up by the cops.
you know about Khalif Browder in New York, right? The kid that was falsely arrested and sent to. So he was 16 at the time of his arrest.
Who is this?
Khalif Browder.
I don't know that one.
You should do some research because if you're looking at the prison system, he gives you a good. I think they're doing it on purpose, but so that kind of gives you a good look at the prison system.
Oh, I know all about that also. Yeah, but not enough because I try to focus more on police violence and corruption. But you're right. In the jails and the prisons, it's unbelievable. Just like Phoenix police, along with the jail guards and sheriff deputies, killed that man last fall. They slammed him to the wall and then all piled up on top of him and abandoned him and came back minutes later and he had, basically unresponsive. Yeah. It was a combination of Phoenix police, jailers, and sheriff deputies all killed him.
With Maricopa County
It's
Sheriff.
a huge lawsuit now with Robbins and Curtin. Jesse Showalter is the attorney on that.
So,
Jesse Showalter.
MCSO has a jail system, and they touted it as being one of the largest jail systems in the country, which is crazy. And then Paul Penzone just got a contempt of court from. He was supposed to. Was it a federal judge that assigned him to fix the corruption?
Yeah,
and he
because
never got
it's
around
taking years
to
to do investigations. I think it's taking years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, like, at first, I thought that, like, the sheriff deputies were acting a little bit better, cop watching. So I was thinking,
it never changes.
But you go down to the jail, it's all the same.
Yeah.
If you've been in the jail, it's all the same.
Yeah.
I guess Pima's jail system is worse, but a lot of people consider the regular jail here in Pima and Maricopa County to be worse than some jails in foreign
almost killed me
countries.
with his bare hands. Jason Gillespie, Phoenix Police.
So.
A superhero. This is your superhero, Jason Gillespie of Phoenix Police. They're down here promoting Phoenix Police as superheroes. They have done everything in their power for 8.5 years to cover this up. They won't even talk to me. They pushed us out and said if we didn't leave, we would be trespassing.
And
And then they closed down the entire street, and they said we can't even walk down the street. That if I stayed down there, I would be trespassing on the public sidewalk.
and this and other activists that were here before we got here.
Yes, they pushed us all out, me and two of my friends.
So basically, I want to check in on Phil Martinez. Can you go to his channel and see if he's okay? He went to the ICE facility, which is down the street. So. So it looks like they're
Breaking up,
yeah, starting to shut it down a little. I know it says till 5, but what's that? The facility? I have no idea. It looks like they might be. Don't you talk to them? Oh, why? I thought you were talking to me.
I am talking to you. I was asking you, were they leaving? Was everything all apart?
I imagine it looks like it. I don't know for sure though. Enjoy your pizza.
Chicken wings.
Chicken.
Where's the good cops covering up for the innocent woman?
So he's in 811-513, but as far as I know, he's had a good demeanor towards Phil.
I asked him where are the good cops. I asked him where are the good cops covering up on an innocent woman for 8.5 years. With cops like this, who needs criminals?
Exactly.
With cops like this, who needs criminals?
Exactly. So the cops that have been getting the news, like up in Linwood where I'm from, a sheriff deputy was like trying to plead to the court as to why he shouldn't get felony theft charges when he stole from a Home Depot multiple times. They think that they're above the law.
It's unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you should get you should get the death penalty because you know better. You're a cop.
It's unbelievable. Once you start following these stories, you get more and more in your feed. It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And the real problem, all that's required is 21 years old, a GED, and in Phoenix now, 24 weeks of training.
Well, it's even less than that. They recruit straight from the jail. No, like they try to. So instead of going to jail now, I guess some agencies will go and be like, "Oh, you want to work for us?"
Wow. Actually, Sandra, my friend, because she actually does security for, I'll just say, a store.
Yes.
And she told me that the police have actually tried to recruit her because she works in security.
Yep.
She told me that.
They're desperate for people.
Yeah.
And that's a problem because they're not looking at the character and making sure that
she told me she sees 30 cop things all the time, but she said she had to sign an agreement with this store that she can, if she says anything, she will be fired. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, if something's egregious enough, she can be a whistleblower and claim whistleblower.
She said she can't be a whistleblower until she leaves there, and I'll tell you who it is later. What store.
So, claim whistleblower protection. So I think they're shutting down the car show here. So after this is done, then it'll be a public street again.
Okay, good.
But
Thank you for the backup. That's
you want to walk because they're gonna come and join you.
and that's why I said that I told my two friends. I was almost killed by one of the superheroes, Jason Gillespie. He almost killed me with his bare hands.
He almost died.
Everything in the power for 8.5 years to cover up a horrific act of violence on an innocent woman. Half of all
That
police
car's
violence
dead.
happens to white people.
Someone want to get some
White
jumpers?
people.
I have some in my car, but
They're not the superheroes who you think they are. They're not. Thank you. If you want to know my story, if you want to see the whole story of corruption, go on Facebook and put in, if you want to take a picture with your phone, Justice for Marty
Cool.
Winkler.
That's why she's here.
Look for the group for about, there's 2 groups. One with the pictures, which I haven't built out yet. And then, and my case is going to retrial in another year. They've done everything they could because it wasn't body camera. They can't prove it.
So they got a car that just died here, Cypress and Central.
Fractured the front and the back of my skull in 4 places. The back of my skull, 3 inches. I just lost my eye, traumatic brain injury, brain hemorrhage, and acute.
So this is why she's here. It's First Amendment protected activity.
I'm permanently disabled now. Yeah, I ended up in the psych ward because I almost committed suicide. Thank you. Thank you for caring.
Yeah, and she's not being aggressive. You see that?
Young people get it. Young people
Yep.
get it.
And that just goes to show that you're not being aggressive because the police are going to lie and
Yeah.
say, obviously this guy is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought like he was going to say something to me.
Yeah.
I always expect the
I
worst.
actually did say BS to one guy, and he said I was swearing at him. BS is not swearing at somebody.
That's
Yeah.
why you need to be recording at all times. And
Yeah.
I actually forgot my body cam, which I shouldn't do.
I actually need to get one.
Yeah. I'll
I
send you a link.
right, I need one.
Actually-
I've seen decent ones are like around $200. Yeah.
Actually, no, you won't need to spend that much. Actually, I'll see what I can do.
Are you protecting and serving?
Oh, awesome. Thank you, guys. How's Phil doing? So yeah, they're shutting down the event here. It looks like this classic car. The engine will not start.
Oh, wow.
Oops. But some people, a regular person who's not part of the show, might get a ticket for blocking an intersection.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So it's one of those things where justice isn't exactly black or white.
You got to hear this. Actually, a man that had a Trump hat on totally got my story. Totally. He said, I get where you're coming from, honey. Good luck to you.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing. If you have
And
that,
some of them even said that the problem is they don't get the bad ones out.
yep.
They refuse to be accountable, and they won't get the bad ones out. Yeah.
Well, a lot of that comes down to the union.
Yeah, exactly.
And until the union is
Yeah.
fought,
Just like
it'll
Jeff
be-
Cook that
yep.
murdered Ryan Whitaker got his job back.
Yep. Well,
Unbelievable.
I got the police report, and maybe I should broadcast it. But in the police report, they allowed the union to come to make sure that there was nothing on the scene that would potentially affect the employment of the officers.
Wow.
So they let the
But yet
union come
employ-
and cover up crime scenes.
Yeah, but yet employment in Arizona at any company is employment at will.
Yep.
Where our right to what's it called? Right to work.
Right
state
to
or-
work.
Yeah, but also employment at will. That they want
Yep.
to fire you for almost any reason they
Yep.
can.
Exactly.
But yet for police, no.
Well,
how is that?
it's the union.
How is that right?
It's the union.
Yeah.
They're doing unsafe things.
Exactly.
You guys should put your vest on. Put the vest on.
You don't want to be that Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
once.
prosecuting Olivia Rodriguez and trying to ruin her life for 3 years. Paul Rutherford, you know who Paul Rutherford is? Yeah. He ran out into the traffic, and then they tried to deal
I got a vest if you want to borrow. Okay.
for manslaughter.
I see you guys do this all the time, and no wonder why you guys get hit and killed. I don't want to see you get hit and killed.
Paul Rutherford did it to himself. Yeah, they tried to ruin Nubia Rodriguez's life. But
Yeah.
Paul Rutherford
I
ran
remember
out
that.
into traffic.
Yep.
And she couldn't stop, and she hit and killed him. For 3 years, they prosecuted her for manslaughter.
Yep.
Yeah, only because she had amazing attorneys, Armando Nava and Lawrence Coppola. Lawrence Coppola, that fought ruthlessly for her. When
Yeah.
she was found not guilty, she was crying. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
They tried to ruin that woman's life over nothing.
Well, so the whole thing is you get falsely accused of a crime, and then you lose your job, you lose your scholarship. Basically, your life goes down the gutter, And half the time you can't even sue because the damages aren't to the level.
Exactly.
You have to
And
be to the point of you
Exactly.
or worse.
Exactly.
Like you have to be dead
Exactly.
for there to be
Just like
anything
I've heard
done.
other people say that they've contacted attorneys and attorneys have said, hey, this isn't worth my time, dust yourself
Mm-hmm.
off and go on with your life. Yeah. Only about 10% of all police victims ever find an attorney. Yeah.
All right, we're
Frightening.
gonna cut in a few minutes since this is closing down. So, but if you want, we can walk to the other side. It's up to you though.
To go down there now? I want. We have to get permission before we can walk down there. Before they say it's a public. It's a.
Well,
Well, no, but until they open it up,
yeah,
it's not public.
when they
Until
open.
they open it up, it's not public. Yeah. Oh wow, this is amazing. He comes to the car show and the car is not in good shape. Oh, they're protecting and serving. Look at that.
It's nice, but he's not. There we go.
Wow, they're actually protecting and serving. Did you see that?
I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some
But
nice.
you know that's not their job to protect and serve. You know that.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
When they take an old lady's groceries home, that's not their job.
Right? We're gonna head to the homeless shelter next.
Oh, I help homeless people all the time.
That's what I used to do. I
Yeah,
got fired.
I live over by 44th Street in Brown, and actually sometimes when I have extra food, I'm gonna get over there, and I don't know where the hell Travis is.
I didn't get fired. You shouldn't have said that. I did not get fired. I got laid off.
He got laid off. If anyone heard that.
And then you were working for a shelter, so you're let go from the shelter now?
Yeah, because we got laid off. We lost our phone.
Which one?
So.
Family problems.
Oh, there's a great one from what I hear. Great one. But there's a lot of them. So, you know, they should hire, there's some people should hire for
They're full. They're real full. So I'm trying to get
Everybody's saying that they're looking for people.
Cass. I'm calling it Cass. I hope
Cool. Oh, I'm probably gonna cut this, y'all. Yeah. Then I don't know about Pulliam's situation, but I guess he's got help from the Institute of Justice, which they do a lot of good work. I was kind of not so sure about Pulliam when he first started. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention lately, though. But I guess Institute for Justice has taken his case. So, yep, old Chrysler. Sorry, guys, I wasn't looking at my comments. So, the thing is, we need to get more people out here at these police events just to show exactly the other side. And then maybe those that become officers in the future won't resort to being corrupt. So you guys show the other side, and we're supposed to be in America. I don't like how he keeps running over the sign with our public vehicle. But this is a public street right here, and we have every right to publicly assemble on the street. Over here, past this palm tree, is private property. They have a permit to use this for an event, but does it trump your civil rights? Does it trump your First Amendment right? And I was just joking with those umbrella people. I probably shouldn't have been exactly like I was, but so that's another thing, Second Amendment. Second Amendment, like you have a right to open carry. So that's why when I realized that they weren't the SWAT team, that and I realized that they were Umbrella, then I'm like, you guys can basically assemble and carry firearms, but gotta hear these engines. Yeah, we got it. So they were trying to lie and say that Marty was being aggressive towards other people, and we saw the exact opposite. Yes, people don't like to hear what she's talking about. No one likes to hear that your superhero has a problem, and your superhero isn't that much of a hero, that they're actually human like everyone else. So like, there's a few decent people, well-mannered cops here, but it's deeper than that. They still make mistakes, though. They're people too. They're not superheroes. And that's why you shouldn't really be showing kids that police are superheroes, because not all the time are they. Like, yeah, some of them actually care about the community. Not all of them are like that, but it's a broader, with the union, the administration, they have to protect their business because it's a business. It's not a public. So, Bama Cam, what's up? So.
Police are not the good guys, honey. They're not. They're not.
Let's rock and roll.
They will kill you or assault you without personally cover it all up if you can't prove it. Even if you can, they'll try to cover it all up.
Yeah, same here.
Homeless shelter. How many you got?
34 liked, but I have 15, 16 now. They kept shutting down my stream, so I can't get like high numbers.
I want to head to
the shelter, yeah. Isn't there an injunction still where they can't do the sweeps?
That's what I want to do. I want to go take a look at the writing on it.
Okay. And then Wednesday is still there, is what day they were doing.
All right, brother. You might want to get this right.
And that's what I was telling my friends here. My friends here are cop watchers. They're cop watchers. If you want to follow his group is called Phoenix Metro Cop Watch on YouTube. Phoenix Metro Cop Watch.
Or Phoenix Cop.
Here.
It's Phoenix Cop Watch on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you have any problems with cops, send us an email. Because we try to investigate what's going on.
His name is Phil Martinez.
Yeah. He's really good. It's his name on YouTube. And then Phil.
Yeah.
What?
He was the one
Facebook.
He was the one that protested.
Yeah, you just use your name. They can't threaten you with not giving your name. So.
Yeah, it's a lady. It's like an old-fashioned lady.
Thank you. Best of luck, man.
Okay.
Have a good day. So yeah, we're gonna go down and Cass.
You notice how all these dirty cops, when I say something to them about, they just ignore me. They just ignore me. Yeah. Like I mean nothing. That's what I've said forever. Like I mean nothing in my own city that I have lived in for 40 years. For 40 years. And they treat me like I'm nothing.
Yep. Yeah, they were on the phone talking about how they told me to leave even though they couldn't legally trespass you.
What?
Yeah, I overheard them.
Wow.
I'll have to check the video later.
How Well, how did you hear that?
I was standing on the sidewalk and
They actually
were on
never
the
said the
phone.
word trespassing. They just said, we need for you to leave, or we want you to leave, or something like that.
I
Yeah.
need some water.
well, they can't solicit a
And a
trespass.
Whopper.
What do you mean?
So-
Well, this is, their office is in here, PPSLA.
Well, unless if you're actually in the parking lot, that's the only time. Not on the public street.
Oh.
So,
wow. Well,
But-
yeah, like
but-
I said,
but
before,
I'm-
before I
I'm-
went
I'm
down
not-
there,
I'm-
I asked if I can go down
so-
there, and they said yes.
so the thing about that is, so it would be an illegal arrest if they did arrest you, but still, the whole thing is, like, they would just drop the charge, but you're still going down to the jail. You're being like treated like a criminal,
Exactly.
and so
And because it's me, they would probably try to,
yep.
and my attorney would not be happy at all about that. Yeah. So, and that's why I'm not to be a problem. If anytime I've got a city council or whatever,
Well, when
Hey, check this out.
okay,
System
so I'm
exposure light.
gonna end this live stream.
Out of all my tags, that's the only one that has a text next to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check my live, or not my live, my
Pixel
my camera later, because I swear that's what I heard them on the phone talking
thank you
about,
guys for coming down. Yeah.
is that they weren't able to trespass her, but they asked her to leave. I'm gonna sign out. We're gonna go look around the city some more. So talk to you all soon.